Hey, how we doing, everybody?
Hey guys, welcome back.
Joe here.
Kevin.
So this is a little weird here.
Surprise, it's something new
If you're
ish.
just seeing season four for the first time on YouTube, we watched all the show. Not season four, but up to season four. We did the first two episodes of Succession, and nobody was watching it.
Nobody cared. And it was a long
Yeah,
show and it was a tough edit. So we were like, okay. And here's the thing though. We really liked the show.
yeah,
So we didn't want to stop watching it. And I'm like, well, if you're going to watch it anyway, and I'm
yeah,
going to watch it anyway, let's do it as a Patreon
yeah.
exclusive. So we kept going with the show through season one, two, and we just finished up three and are going
Yes,
into season four now. Um, we haven't seen any of season four. This is all first time watching stuff.
just heard great things about it.
But the popularity of those first two episodes, and so
Really
many
grew.
people have asking us like, why aren't you doing more? I'm like, we have. It's all on Patreon. You people didn't care when we were doing it. Really. So we thought, why not go back and as we do the fourth season, go ahead and put that on edits of that on YouTube as well.
Yeah,
um, so if you want to see most of season one that's not here, and then all of season two and three,
it's all on
it's
Patreon.
all on Patreon. That's we I don't save the videos for obvious reasons. It's massive storage space. So once
Yeah,
we did an edit for Patreon and put it up, I just deleted them.
yeah,
So we couldn't go back and re-edit those videos if we wanted to.
but it's there.
But yeah, it's
It's
there.
there.
But it's there on Patreon. There's just no way for us to do a YouTube edit.
And man, I'm glad we didn't stop watching the show though.
Oh no, this is fantastic. This has been a
It's
great show.
it's one of
Um,
our favorite shows to watch, actually.
yeah.
So
Incredibly strong writing, great cast work. The direction is really good. Obviously, you've got the HBO money behind it, so
yeah,
production value is really good. And in terms of the characters, um,
very complex.
right, you wouldn't think it'd be easy to find something compelling to watch about a bunch of rich people squabbling over how to split billions and billions and billions of dollars in assets.
Yeah,
But that's really where we are, and it's very compelling.
it's the closest thing that HBO has to Game of Thrones. I feel like
Yeah, absolutely.
they're all fighting
It's
over
all
this throne.
right. Yeah, it's a largely family struggle,
Yeah,
and different people are on top at different
yeah.
times. Um, Usually, the crux of the conflict is between Logan and Kendall, and
Yes,
has been since
that's
since
the
the
heart of
pilot,
the show.
right?
I feel like
Um, and every time we feel like Kendall's starting to get a bit of an edge, he gets in his own way and blows it.
that was season
Certainly,
three.
that was all of season
Yeah,
three.
they
Um,
really subverted the expectations from season two because the way season two ended, it's like,
Kendall had
yeah,
him, right? Because
yeah,
yeah,
we're
it's
going
like
for it.
Kendall's not going to jail. Kendall's going to bury his dad now, and that
Nope.
completely blew up. By the time he gets into the third season, all of the kids realize their position is precarious. The company's about to be sold out from under them in what was supposed to be a merger,
Yeah,
and instead a sell off that's only going to really benefit Logan.
yeah.
Um,
He's just gonna take his pile and stack it on top of the rest of
yeah,
his pile.
exactly. And so all three of the siblings kind of got together, and now it looks like they're on the outside looking in a little bit. It looks like Logan won because of
It looks like it.
Tom. It looks like
I know.
Tom sold Shiv out pretty
I
hard.
think season three's finale is my
Great.
favorite finale.
It was fantastic,
I
right?
for a long time it was season two because of like the heck yeah, like he's gonna
Right. Yeah, he's gonna right.
bury his dad, and then you realize that Ken sucks, and you really realize that all the kids suck.
Right. I don't know where the show's going. Like you, I've avoided
Yeah,
all spoilers and done,
we blocked it on our Twitter.
right. I haven't even watched a trailer for this season, but I will say there are two things I think will absolutely happen. Um, and I could be wrong, but I really think one of two things. One, I don't think Logan is either in power or alive at the end of the series, right?
Well, it's called Succession.
Exactly. I
Somebody
think
somebody takes over.
right. In the pilot, Logan almost dies,
He has an
right?
aneurysm or something, stroke,
Yeah. Some type of stroke, a brain clot issue.
which is funny because they've never brought it up since.
Never brought it up since.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, he struggled on
a
his
little bit.
recovery,
Yeah,
but
he had
yeah,
his UTI that one episode.
right.
So,
But and the other thing, I don't see any way by the end of the show that Tom and Shiv are still married.
I don't. Well, yeah, after this, actually, yeah,
You know
after
what I
season
mean?
three,
I feel like they've been heading towards like a cliff, and
yeah,
I feel like it's been accelerated by the role play that
yeah,
Tom really felt like Shiv was bailing on him,
yeah.
and then his betrayal here, out company wise. I feel like divorce is inevitable for these two.
Two things real quick on Tom. One, his
Great
relationship
performance, by the way.
kills it.
Yeah.
Honestly, really kills it. Great supporting actor. But the first thing is their relationship. It's very toxic,
Oh yeah.
but they seem to thrive in the toxicity.
They do, don't
It
they?
kind of reminds me of Phantom Thread a little bit.
Yeah, I see. I
A
can see that.
different
Yeah.
movie, very much so. But like
Right.
it's that same toxic relationship at the core of it.
Absolutely.
The second thing is, and I've had a lot of fun interacting with you guys over on Patreon in the comments about this. A lot of you guys seem to think that Tom did nothing wrong. And if you really think about it, if you want to think about like
It depends on who you want to see win, honestly.
it does. And honestly, I'm kind of in the middle of the road at this point because you don't like Logan, but at the
I
same
hate
time,
Logan. I'd rather see the kids bury him,
after
honestly.
this
That's me.
last season, I don't really like the kids either.
No, no, no. That's the fun of the show is nobody's great on this show. There's no one to really root for. So for me, it's choosing who you root against.
Yeah,
And for me, it's Logan. I feel like Logan is the one. It's not just he's a terrible father and a bully.
yeah,
He's also a hypocrite.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because all of this, like, you know, all this empire, this empire, this
I did it
important
for my
family
children.
empire, did
Yeah.
for my children. And at the end, he bails and blows it up just to save
No,
himself.
he emotionally stunted his children so he could have control of this company. And
Right.
the thing is,
He's
I
horrible.
I don't think any of the kids can do it.
That's
So
the other thing is
and
I
also
right,
how Shiv treated Tom, I get it.
right,
I get it. She said some pretty horrible things to him,
right.
done some pretty horrible things to him. Sure, there's love there. I mean, like
It's just a weird
barely.
form of it because, like you said, they're toxic.
And you know what? Tom's in it for the long haul. Tom wants to be successful. Every time Shiv says we're doing this, Tom's always like, "What's in it for
What's
me?"
in it for me? Yeah, that's
so
Tom's position.
He's looking out for him because Shiv's not looking out for him.
I would not be surprised if at the end of this, either Tom or Greg or both are sitting on the throne. I really wouldn't be surprised.
Honestly, yeah, I can kind
It
of
would
see
be
it.
pretty funny if cousin Greg is the one sitting on the throne at the end.
That'd be wild. That'd be
But
insane.
but also he's been playing both sides forever.
He has.
He's been little
He
fingering
really
it.
has. Well, it seems like he's been playing both sides, but he really hitched his wagon to Tom now.
Yeah, for now, for sure.
That great line in the last episode. Who needs a soul?
Yeah,
Four
right.
souls.
Right. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you guys are watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome to our
Hello.
channel. If you want to hit that like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please hit that subscribe button. Please stay spoiler free so we can enjoy this last season
Absolutely.
of this fantastic show. We really want to see what happens.
Yeah, I'm in the dark and I am loving it because I feel like a lot's going to happen
I
to
watched
wrap this up.
one trailer for season 4, and even the trailer doesn't tell you anything. You just
Good.
see really fast clips, and you see Logan yelling.
Yeah, well, what else is new?
I'm like, I'm sold.
If you'd like to see the full introduction to the entire run of Succession, along with everything else we've watched or are watching, please check out the link in the description below to our Patreon page.
Oh yeah.
You'll find that as well as lots of shows: West Wing, Schitt's Creek, Ted Lasso, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, Fleabag, and on and on
Mad Men.
and on. Mad Men.
Tons of
Love
stuff.
Mad Men. Yeah. All right. For those of you watching on Patreon, thank you for being here the whole time.
Yeah, you guys rock.
We're going to go ahead and begin the pilot. I'm sorry, pilot. Premiere.
Yeah,
That's the word I was looking
Munsters.
for of season 4 here in 3, 2. It's the aftermath of that terrible meeting now.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you.
At some point, he's 80-something years old. Like, at some point, are you ever concerned about your kids caring about what your legacy is when you die? Because he doesn't act like he is.
I think he's worried about his own legacy.
That's
why he's
it.
like, he's
Yeah,
gonna hand it off to
honestly,
somebody else.
I don't think he cares about his kids at all at this point.
I think he knows they can't do it,
Right.
so he's like, I'm just gonna pass it off to them.
He'd rather have that legacy than to have his family care about him.
Yeah.
He's coming. Let's put a pin in this one and move on.
Let 1,000 sunflowers bloom, Romy. I want to start a business with you,
Oi,
brother.
oi.
What's up, T?
They don't trust each other at all, do
No.
they?
Serious conversations with serious people, expending serious personal capital, and getting big names on board.
Yeah, same.
I
Me
know.
too.
Right,
Yeah, so we've all been doing that. Are you?
So they're out of the company completely.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Well, 1 foot out the door and 1 foot in.
Missing his birthday. Happy birthday, dear Logan. He's completely alone.
Yeah. It goes back to the pilot when everybody was there for his birthday.
Yeah,
Can't even drop his job to show up.
that's a good parallel.
Yeah.
And he hated that he dropped his job. He's like, you're here instead of at the office.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And now he looks miserable.
lesson learned, old man.
Yeah.
You've alienated everybody.
I guess Connor's there.
Right. Does Connor really count though?
He's never really shown any interest in Connor.
Not at all.
It's sad to say that, but it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
do know that we're in the middle of a very hotly contested election. Your uncle's on the brink of a very large sale and scoping out a very sensitive acquisition.
Dang, Greg.
She's right.
Yeah.
And the wife part of that can be a difficult part of it, as you know.
Is he asking if he can divorce his daughter?
Hopefully it won't come to that, but in the end, if there is just too much emotional shrapnel,
Yeah. Can I divorce your daughter?
Yeah. I think it's true though. I think
Right.
if Tom divorces Shiv, then I think he's still gonna be fine,
I don't think he's out. Tom's been a good soldier for Logan.
big time.
Yeah.
Willing to go to prison for the man.
Right.
Daimler that's been in the barn for 20 years, clear the chicken shit off that thing. Maybe.
Okay, but can we even afford it?
Wasn't it going for like 25 billion the last time they were bidding on it?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Just check in at Grey Gardens and go, mano a nano to see if there's anything there at all.
Work your magic.
Working magic. Yeah. I was like, oh, they're starting their own company. It's great. And then 5 minutes later,
5 minutes into
Yeah.
it, yeah.
let's kill our dad again.
I would love it though. His kids might be into that just to screw him.
I think
You
that's
know
what it is. I literally think that's
Like,
what it
it
is.
may not be that they think it's a good deal. They just might want to do it to mess with him.
We have another play
I'm
here.
sorry.
Yeah.
God, he's so miserable.
Yeah, he is. They really got to him by not being there.
He is full blown Charles Foster. Kane.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah. He was when the show started, but now he is full blown in his
Oh, for
giant
sure,
house by
yeah.
himself. Man, I kind of feel for him a little bit. I mean, like, he did this. He dug his
You're
grave.
right. I see why, but yeah, I feel like he made his own bed. And I
Yeah.
was walking around Central Park alone, like Al Pacino at the end of Godfather 2. You know,
He
It was-
really is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
It's a
sit on a
great
park
call,
bench.
yeah.
Yeah. See, sitting there with an employee telling him he's his pal.
He's probably the closest with Colin, though. I mean, like, he's always there. That is
Yeah.
literally his Al from the
That's
Godfather.
true. Yeah. He's really struggling with his kids not being there.
What are people?
Like,
They're economic units. I'm 100 feet tall.
He sucks. I hate you.
Just did-
she's a firecracker, man. She's crunchy peanut butter.
Crunchy peanut butter.
Comes after 9. 9B?
Listen, would you mind if we all had a brief chat?
Right.
Yeah, she says she doesn't know what she's doing, but she knows
Oh,
exactly
come
what
on.
she's doing.
Exactly. I don't think anyone in the room buys that.
Yeah.
He has a message.
Congratulations on saying the biggest number, you morons.
Dang it, I'm on the kid's side again.
I,
Why
like,
am I on
I
the
am
kid's
too.
side now?
I
Dang
knew
it.
I knew I was good because I hate Logan so
God,
much.
this show makes me go back and forth with who I want to like be behind so often, man.
Honestly, it's just me, and I get why you go back and forth.
Yeah.
But from day one, I've not been on Logan's side.
Look, the answer is they all suck.
Right.
They're
exactly,
all horrible
right.
people, but at the same time, it's like it's fun.
Oh, for
It's
sure.
a lot of fun.
It's a great time. The show's a great time.
Yeah. Makes you feel like you understand economics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like I would definitely not go over 9 million.
Yeah,
9
right. Yeah,
billion.
yeah.
'Cause, yeah. Corporate genius that I am.
Yeah. What's your experience? I watched Succession.
One Succession,
Yeah.
so I'm pretty versed.
That's the saddest part of this.
Yeah, he's all alone, and so he just needs someone to whip.
He's losing his power.
He's got nothing.
His
He's got
power.
nothing.
His power is in his ability to hurt people. And,
Yeah,
like he
he's
doesn't have anybody to do that to,
Right, he's running out of people to intimidate.
and that's kind of what the whole tell a joke.
Right, yeah,
Whatever
exactly.
You throw at me, I can throw right back at you.
Right.
You know? And like he doesn't have that with his kids. His kids are like, you know what? We've taken a lot from you, and like we've been under your shadow. Now we're fighting back.
I feel like that was the whole episode. Was my kids aren't at my birthday? It's really come to this. He's alienated them.
Yeah.
He's alienated his wife. He's got no one really there but his mistress and his employees.
And
That's all he had.
it's a little eye rolling to be like, oh, it's like The Godfather. It's like Citizen Kane. I mean, like those are like two of the greatest movies ever made. You know what I
Right,
mean?
of course.
But it does feel like it's the same bloodline in terms of thematic storytelling.
Yeah, the empire is crumbling from within.
Yeah.
For sure.
You can have the world and have nothing, nothing in your own personal life. You own all these things. He said that conversation with Colin is very, very. It hits right in the nail. He's a giant
Right.
amongst all these people, and the fact that he sees people
And he's
as markets,
alone, right?
you know, and it's like I get that. I understand why he thinks that way. He's been doing this forever, he's been fighting the market his whole life, and for him just to see people as like, well,
Right.
marriage is a market, you know, and
Commodities.
Colin's
It's all people are
like,
commodities.
and Colin's
yeah.
like everything's a market, you know,
Yeah.
and like it's interesting too because you know Colin should get it. He's been there the entire time. In the
Yeah,
background.
nothing Logan says should surprise Colin at all at this point.
Colin's like the Grim Reaper, dude. He's just like kind of hangs over.
Yeah,
you know
he
what I
is,
mean?
right.
And it's interesting that he had a conversation about life and what is there after all this?
Right.
What's the point of all this? And Logan's sitting there really having an existential crisis.
Completely. His
Yeah.
kids not being there really broke him. It
Yeah.
really broke his brain.
It's like he's finally realizing what is this all for?
The only one there is Connor, and there's not one of his kids that he has less in common with than Connor.
I feel so bad for Connor. You know what I mean? Like Connor, like
He's a well-intended idiot. I mean, for sure.
yeah, but like he's
But at least
not,
he's well-intended.
not evil.
No, he's not
You
evil.
know what I mean? He cares about his siblings. He cares
Right.
about his dad. He's there.
Yeah, there's that really nice moment in the last episode where he's going off on his kids for like, going off on his siblings for like, I'm the oldest. You're
I'm
not
the
calling yourself the
eldest
eldest
boy."
son. I matter. And like, you don't love us. And he's like, no, I love you, schmucks.
Yeah.
You just suck right now, which is exactly what you should be able to say.
He kind of put his foot down a little bit,
Right.
you know, and like he's taken him on all the camping trips,
For sure.
you know, and it's sad. It's sad to see Logan realizing this life that he has lived is in service of nothing, and you just kind of end up alone at the end of it. You know
What
I
was
mean?
it? Was it Bonfire of the Vanities? I think I never saw the movie. I remember the commercial when I was a kid, and Danny DeVito called this whole like this whole money game. He's like, whoever has the most when they die wins, and that's really all it is.
Yeah.
That's all Logan's got left. Whoever has the biggest pile when you die wins, and that's all. That's his whole legacy.
You know, I've never seen the Bonfire of the Vanities.
I've not
I
either.
hear the book is fantastic.
I've heard the book is great, and it was a disappointing movie with a great cast.
Yeah.
So I've not
Tom Hanks,
watched it. Yeah.
But no, you're right, and I the tragedy of the show is Logan's realizing this now, right? How long until the kids realize?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one hopeful thing about it is they're at least there for each other, which is more that they can say for Logan.
Yeah, until
Logan's
money-
on his own.
Yeah, until money and success take
Of
over,
course,
you know?
right. Yeah, it's not saying that like when they're 80, they're not in the same position
Yeah.
that he is, where it's all like I'm gonna fight until I alienate everybody that cares about me too.
Well, look at
They
Logan and
might,
his brother.
right?
They do not like each other.
Not even a little bit,
No, they hate each other, and I don't know. Well, I don't make predictions going forward because the
right?
show.
We don't know. It's
This is the beginning, and
yeah. We got 9 episodes left of this big show.
But I just wonder, where do you go from here? Does Logan change his ways all of a sudden? I don't think so.
Somebody, I think, starting with Logan and maybe others, will be completely destroyed in this.
This is the thing. This is the first signal of change we have in Logan.
It's true.
So I want to see going forward.
The cracks, really, as far as his personality,
Yes, he's been
not his
vulnerable.
health. We've seen his health break before, but as far as like his arrogance,
He's questioning things.
his
He's
defiance, right,
he's
is finally
questioning
breaking. Right.
everything, and he's really spiraling. He's really lashing out, and that's interesting.
It is.
So, but thanks for being here, guys, and we will catch you in the next episode.
Absolutely. Take care.